Good evening, gamers, and welcome to Capping Television. Tonight we are casting week 2 of Maine. The match is Chiken with no C versus MTIN. My name is Snazzy, or the Lampshade 22, depending who you ask. And with me tonight I have Mikcow.
G'day, Snazzy. How you doing, mate?
Mate, bloody brilliant. And just to pop a quick shout out before we go into it, Just Jazz on production, champion. So tell me about this game, mate. I think you've got a better idea of what's going on than I do.
Barely, I'll be honest. But no, we got some familiar names here in these two rosters. We have Costco, we have Liz and Huffy. You know, the classic chicken squad. And on Milo team, we have the great Jerry from Wagga. So, yeah, some familiar names here. Also, some names that I personally am not too familiar with. But from what I've heard, it should be a great matchup between these two teams.
For sure, man. I mean, looking down this chicken roster, so we've got Huffy and Raised on scouts. Huffy's a pretty powerful demo man. I've seen him play some scout. He's very good at that as well. Raised is an unsung champion. You know, the real rural fire service man, the myth, the legend. They then have Big Dad, aka Lambda, on Roma. I have no idea how he was allowed into this division. And they have Costco on Pocket, Couscous himself, the medic main. And they've got Frank on Demo Man. He's a bit of a mythical bricklayer, that man. And then Finger in the Bum on medic. Do you want to talk to me about Milo team?
Yeah, so I'll run you through the roster I have for Milo 10. We have Kays and Hungry for Eggs on the two scout classes. We have Jerry, who I could just only assume to be on that Roma slot, and Instigator as the other soldier for that team. We have Rangy on the Demolitions Man and Fran as the team's designated healer man.
Yeah, I mean, it's I feel like there's probably more experience on Chicken. I mean, Rangy has been around for eons, though. He's older than the trees, man.
He's been around for a minute. He's been around for a good minute. The Chicken is a very, I'd say, a fairly well-known team among the lower divisions. A very, very famous, of course, that Finger in the Bum. Yeah, sorry about that stream, but we'll go on from there. But no, I'm really looking forward to these games. And we have two, I'll say, pretty stock standard maps nowadays. We have Sunshine, which I do believe will probably be our first map. I could be wrong, but we have Sunshine and Snakewater. So no fancy shenanigans, no map tricks and tomfoolery to throw any of these teams off. Just two stock standard 5CP maps, and may the best team win.
For sure, man. So I believe this is a chicken home game. Don't know if that's going to make any sort of difference. Maybe there'll be some sort of server advantage.
Mate, it makes all the difference. You just get that, psychological advantage. Like, we have the high ground. We are the home team. I swear, like, every time I've played as the away team, which is more times than I can count, we have always done poorly. So I am convinced that the home team advantage is a thing.
Yeah, I mean, I would believe it. And I mean, I'll put it out there now, just so no one accuses me of favoritism. I am a previous Chicken member, so I am rooting for the boys here. But I think the unbridled meme power on Milo 10 might come through for them.
Yeah, definitely expecting some unconventional strategies tonight, especially considering the rosters and the reputation that some of the players on these rosters have. But hopefully we are able to have a good mix. Snazzy, I'm hoping that there's a good mix between traditional, just cookie cutter TF2, but also we don't want it to be super boring. We want to see a few unorthodox plays, maybe a casual pyro to mid. Who knows? Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. I think a player to definitely keep an eye on is probably Lambda. He's a very strong roamer, and he seems to, pardon me, from watching a game the other week, he seems to be one of their main points of initiative aggression against other teams. So I don't know. We'll have to see if he's leading all those pushes by creating some ground for the rest of his team or something alike.
I find that at the lower levels, it is easier than at the higher levels to exploit, an open flank route. So maybe that will provide some opportunities for Lambda to create a few openings. Roma typically not a high impact role at the higher levels. But if that's where all the damage is coming from, then so be it. Good on him for showing some initiative in these fights, and curious to see how Milotin are able to counteract that.
Yeah, for sure. Now, I wouldn't want to encourage gambling, so I'm not going to put any odds on it. But I think we should probably keep an eye on the Liz drop count, eh?
Yes, that is very true. Very true.
So I'm guessing probably 3 a map. How do you feel?
3 a map. Ooh. Undershooting it a bit there, I think.
Undershooting,
yeah. I'm sorry, Liz. I'm gonna say I'm gonna one up you. I'm gonna say 4.
4.
I'll say 4 on Sunshine, and then 3 on Snakewater when she gets in the groove. It's like, okay, I'm not letting that happen again.
No. I don't know. I think I'll stick on 3 for the first map. We'll see how it goes, and then I'll reassess.
That's fair enough. No odds on this, of course, because gambling's bad.
No. I would never be an advocate of gambling.
But if you were the gambling type, ask some of your friends, and maybe the loser has to chuck a cheeky sub in the Twitch. You never know.
I don't know why I've never said anything like that before. That's such a good fucking maneuver.
Oh, mate, you've lost it now. I'm back, baby. All players.
This is perfect. There used to be a betting system for Team Fortress. It was fucking hilarious, man.
But gambling's bad. Don't gamble. We're not condoning any.
No.
We're not encouraging it, but the option is there. And,
that said,
plus
if
Mitch does need extra coffees, so
if you were to be putting a gamble in on this match, though, I think it could be part of the multi. The amount of times that Liz drops, and you could probably throw in how often Frank might debt on himself, anything along those lines.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just wanted to interject here.
I mean, it's just how things go sometimes with some of these matches. Anything can happen, like we said before. So I'm really looking forward to it.
We do have a poll up.
Oh, the Master's here. That's oh, there we go. We have a poll. So if everyone could please vote in that one, that is will Liz Pound or a Milotin that strong? So have a vote on that one. See how you feel.
That was a very dramatic reading. I'm thoroughly impressed.
Well, you gotta feel strongly about the way you talk about things on this channel. I
mean, mate, it's Milo.
Oh,
can't go wrong with Milo.
No, you really cannot.
Quick catchphrase: gamble responsibly.
We're not gambling here, mate.
No gambling, Mitch. All right, you don't have to worry.
We're talking about the theoretical concept of it.
Yeah, if you were, of legal age, and if that is something that you would like to participate in, that is an option, but we are not in any ways encouraging it. Gambling can be a slippery slope.
I don't even really know any bookmakers that are taking bets on these games. But look, I think we should probably dodge this topic for now on.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. So we do currently have 11 in the server. It looks like it's the big chicken without a C that I'm missing. Looking for a player.
I believe they are looking for a merc. So Cosco hasn't showed up. Is that the one that's missing?
I think so.
They're all aliased, and I am silly.
See, this is why Team Fortress needs to have either 2 systems, right, or just ozfortress in general, right? You need to, for these casted matches, you need to be able to have the nicknames on them, or the players have their proper aliases, so that we the lovely, lovely commentators for you can actually know who's doing what. Or alternatively, in Team Fortress, allow Steam nicknames to be visible. I know in other games that's a thing, but Team Fortress, like in many other departments, is behind the times, it would seem.
So I've made some inquiries. I've checked with the Brains Trust. I believe Kozkoa has gone missing. The bin girl herself, finger in the bum, Liz, will be playing a combat class. I believe she's playing soldier, and they're looking for a med at the moment. There has been a couple mercs denied. I'm not going to name names. I don't wish to be doing anything like that.
Not yet.
But we'll just have to see how it goes. See who they end up picking up.
So I guess we were both wrong then. Liz is not going to be dropping any Ubers.
No. But I suppose we could still keep the count on, because Liz on a combat class is... Let's see if she can drop an Uber, you know what I mean?
Certainly doable. No. It only takes, a split second of distraction and some pinpoint perfect timing to get that illustrious +2 and the little fizzle that is the joy of the attacking team and the absolute nightmare of the medic who has dropped their Uber charge.
I mean, I'm not going to lie, even casting, when you see that little fizzle, that little bit of electrics going on there, I'm not going to lie, go up to half-mast a little bit there, you know?
Yeah, you mean, something's about to go down when that fizzle happens. That's like guaranteed. All right, this is an opportunity. This is a game-winning moment, Snazzy. You can't just pass that up.
No, you really cannot. And I take the flag down to half-mast. Just represent the ones that we lost in the battle there. That is what I meant by that, just to be clear.
Yeah, all the guys in the Twitch chat, don't get any ideas, and that includes you, Jazz. I'll see you there.
Yeah. Look, we're sort of, in case it's not abundantly clear to the chat there, sort of just making conversation in the meantime here. There's only so much we can really talk about. The first map's Sunshine, though, so... I mean, I've always been a proponent of the idea that you play this one like Process, because it just is Process.
Isn't all the new maps like Process nowadays, though?
Oh, vaguely, yeah. I do like the depending what your team may or may not call it, the valley, the flowers, the flank from middle to second. I do like that. I think it's very nice.
Yeah, it can put you in a very disadvantageous position, especially when you're pushing through it, because to see how it dips down, so that automatically gives the defending team the high ground.
Yeah.
And that is always very, very difficult, because a soldier can just sit on top and then just spam rockets down and get the easy collateral splash damage, whereas haha splash damage can't aim. It is still very, very effective in both dealing out damage to multiple players at once and to juggling players to hamper their progress. And all you need is just to slow that team down, for maybe another 10 seconds, and then the reinforcements come in. Uber charges might equalize, and that is the push opportunity gone.
Yeah, man. So, I mean, I'm hesitant to say it, but would you have a prediction for the scoreline on this one? It looks like the votes came in, and chicken's in to win so far. So the odds are better if you're going to put it on Milo Tin. Not that you would, of course.
No, not that I would gamble on this very, very intense matchup.
No. But the odds sound pretty good for chicken then, in the public opinion. So, I mean, look, I was always going to say this, but 5-0 to chicken.
5-0 to chicken. That's a bold statement.
Like I said, man, I may be a little bit biased. Previous member.
True.
But,
true. You did say that. Well, I guess it's only natural then that I have to go for the big Milo boys. I'm going to say 4-2 to the Milo guys. Or it's going to be a difference of 2. I don't know how many rounds we're going to see, because these matches either tend to go very quickly or very slowly. Hopefully it's the former.
Yeah. I am seeing in the chat there, Little Miss Finger in the Bum right there is letting us know that Lambda, Big Dad, is actually playing Pocket, and Dogo, Dogo, is playing Roma. So I suppose we can keep the Liz drop count on the cards.
Yeah, I mean, certainly get a lot more freedom on the Roma role, but I think one common misconception that is certainly evident in the lower divisions is that the Roma, you have to be very patient and very sort of precise with when you commit your life, because especially at like the at the open level, you can just see Romas just bombing in just willy nilly, like whenever like anything happens at all, like literally, there could be a fly on the screen. It's like, all right, that's the cue to bomb. But some patience is always well, maybe not always, but is certainly valued in a lot of situations where preserving your life can just be much more valuable. Get a few extra points of damage out there, provide another angle for your opposition to look at, and that can just be everything that you need.
Yeah. I mean, look, I feel like, neither of these teams is totally clueless. Sure, they're in like the lower divisions here. This is main after all, but it's not like they're totally stupid. And I do think that the Romas, the soldiers here, do have a pretty good grip on how to do things. So I think it will come into play quite a bit.
So who do you think are going to be the impact players on both rosters here, Snazzy? We already talked about Lambda.
I think we're going to have to be fearful and keeping an eye upon Mr. Hungry for Eggs. I'm not sure if that's his actual alias, but if it is, fuck yeah, bro. And Pretty in Pog, also known as Huffy, because I have seen that guy pop off fairly often. Raze is definitely one to keep an eye on. Instigator, I have seen do some pretty nice work previously. And Rangy's, I don't know if he's washed. I don't know. He might pop off, he might not. Have to see. I haven't kept an eye on him.
Yeah, well, he is rocking quite an old badge there, I do believe. Al 11?
Is he?
I think so. I don't know, maybe that was in the game previous. But we'll see what he's able to do. I think the Demoman matchup for this is actually an interesting one. I don't really know how that one's going to go. We all know how impactful a Demoman can be, like at least between like a good Demoman and a great Demoman,
Absolutely. I do think we should probably keep an eye on Jarry as well. I did actually just see that one in the chat, and it reminded me. Jarry is an interesting player, man. I don't know how else to put it. Sometimes he flops, but sometimes he pops, man.
Yeah, either pop it or flop it. We'll coin that saying for you, Snazzy, right there.
Thank you. I look forward to using that one in as many opportunities as I can in my life. I intend to use it at work.
All right then. I don't know what context.
I'll find one.
You'll find one.
I'll find one.
Well, that's Snazzy for you, ladies and gentlemen. The Lampshade 22 in full force here today in the spectator view. And we are still waiting on this one player. I don't know what is going on. We are now 20 minutes past the start time, and nothing has changed.
Yeah, I haven't eaten dinner yet, so these guys are keeping me away from my delicious, delicious meal. We are seeing Mr. Doggo join the team now, the accepted Merc. And I've just been informed of something absolutely crushing that I'm not going to communicate to the chat, but absolutely crushing. I really want to convey my disappointment to the person who has informed me of this, because I'm very jealous.
Well, you win some, you lose some, but it looks like we should be getting underway, hopefully within the next day or so. I don't know. These things can take a while. It's a dead game, Say it every year.
I mean, look, we can only say it so many times, At first I thought maybe it was a Bloody Mary situation, Say it enough times in the mirror,
True. True.
But so far, that's not proving correct. I don't know how many times we've said it yet. I can personally account for a couple thousand. So I'm wondering when we do actually get there.
I mean, it is a game that has certainly stood the test of time, especially given the amount of problems with it, which there are too many to count. I don't know. Have you just making small conversation here? Sorry about the the long tangents here, chat, as we just wait for this game to get underway. You know, any time now.
Anytime.
But have you heard of the fortress?
Is that the one someone's put together?
Yeah, that Master Comms is putting together.
No, I have seen that one. That one seems interesting. I was thinking, whatever they called it, Team Fortress 2 Classic or something.
Oh yeah, that's another one. That's another one. True.
And that one looked a bit how's your father. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't play it, so I can't really comment. But it didn't really look like anything I'd be interested in.
Yeah, but no, Fortress 2. I know that there have been some really great videos made by the community on the project. As actually, we're gonna scrap that entirely, ladies and gentlemen. We are here for week number 2 between Milo and Chicken. Why don't you take us on this first mid, Snazzy, as we are finally underway.
Mate, I would be absolutely pleased to. Coming into this mid, Frank actually getting there a little bit earlier than Rangi, getting some damage off, but nothing really to mention. Frank getting his heals now. They've taken that hut. They haven't taken much of the high ground. Lambda and Doggo getting a big bomb in. They're onto the point. They're getting a lot of the ground. Lambda down very low. He ends up being the first player to go down to Instigator. Doggo jumping onto the point as well. He gets cleaned up. I believe this is probably going to push them out of the point. Demo Man chasing, Soldier chasing, and they do actually manage to get out. They don't lose any more players here. Instigator still poking at the choke there. He goes down very low, so he's going to have to back out of that. And I think it's going to be a second hold. They are all still very low. Gonna have to see if the push comes in. Rangi dying in the choke there will probably turn that one off, and that one is the first mid, man.
Yeah, both teams very hesitant to get this mid underway. We saw Lambda there jumping up into the Beltire, just trying to initiate something, just trying to get some early damage out. But just unfortunately, Instigator was able to pick up both of those soldiers relatively early, and Rangi going down means that the counter push is coming out from Chicken. They're making their way through the choke point, and they're just swarming all over this midpoint. They're down now. They got both scouts, Hungry and K's, both down for the count on the side of Milo. So that is going to be mid taken for Chicken right back, and we're just playing a game of leapfrog, it seems now.
Yeah, for sure. We do actually see the Uber coming out. Liz dropping one of her players, but that's not so bad. She is struggling to get out here, getting body blocked a little bit. It does look like she's going to be able to get out through Cafe. Both Ubers used. Teams are roughly even. Down a player on each side, but Doggo has a better spawn. They do lose their Demo Man at choke, though, which is not good. K's and Hungry really hungry for these frags.
Well, Frank.
Lambda taking out the med. Ooh, this might turn it around their way. They are losing Liz, most likely.
Yeah,
K's right onto her.
They're too spread out. Oh, Liz is very weak, and there's the kill. The scatters are gone. Hungry's going to pick up that frag, and we'll pick another one up on Lambda as well, and another one with a pistol. Oh, that is a nice 3K for the Milo scout right there. And they're certainly going to take this midpoint, Snazzy. There's no way they don't. There's absolutely no way they don't.
It would be genuinely rude if they did not. They're definitely going to get this point. They do still have their med up as well, so it's looking like about 15% ad. Not super pushable, especially down at these lower levels where, you know, things take a little bit of time to get organized. But I can definitely see this coming into play.
No, never underestimate the munch ad. That's still a term, right?
Well, you know, yes, but I refuse to use it because it's very insulting.
I'm sorry if I've offended you. I'm sorry if I've offended anyone in the Twitch chat. But it is a very small Uber advantage. It looks like they're actually trying to build up a larger one now around the 20% mark, but it looks like Milo are in absolutely no position at all to make use of this whatsoever.
Yeah, 15% ad is a weird sort of ad. It's like, it's almost 20, which is like supremely pushable, but it's not quite there. And with just the way
Oh,
they
we're
were
seeing the
playing it,
sack.
building on the point.
The skill sticks out and gets the force. Oh, Liz is very, very scared, trying to make her way through that underside of the second point. But that one rocket and just the sheer aggression in that blue soldier's eyes is enough to get her to pop that Uber. And now the counter pop is going to come out from Milo. Looks like Kay is going to pick up one kill onto the demo man. Both soldiers here on the red side out of position. They're both probably going to get cleaned up. That's 3 down now for Chicken. This could be looking like the first round, Snazzy. They're making their way into lobby. Which way are they going to go?
Definitely see this being the first round. It looks like they're coming in through that top left area. There is a heavy on the point, but he should get focused down pretty early. He's getting a lot of damage onto the demo man. Rangi actually surviving, getting those stickies onto the point. A lot of players going down. Good focus fire out of MTIN, and it looks like they're going to take this point despite the spawns coming in at the last moment. And that is round 1 to MTIN.
Yep, just that one misplay there from Liz was all that it took. Just held on to that Uber, well, just through that bomb. It would have been a very, very different story. But that is the first round on the board for MTIN as they make their way to the second mid of this map. Rangi going down very, very low. Looks like Milo trying to take control of this right-hand side. Both teams still just trading spam. Actually, there's one of the scouts there on Chicken going down very, very early. So that is certainly going to instigate a little bit more aggression. Looks like Lambda as well getting caught out on top of that bell tower. But it's down 2 for 2 for this. But it looks like MTIN have the supreme positioning. And they are going to take this second mid.
Yeah, definitely making short work of that mid, cleaning up some players nice and early. They do have those spawns coming through just now. They are going to get their soldier and their scout. Doggo actually trying to go for a flank play there, getting caught by K's. That was a fairly interesting mid, because it was fairly even, and I think Chicken just sort of cut their losses, don't you think?
Yeah, they certainly just, you know, put all their eggs in the Lambda basket, and you know that once that wasn't able to do, but Liz gets forced again. Wow, these soldier bombs here from Milo really doing their job. So that is full 100% Uber ad for Frank here on the side of Milo. We'll see what these guys choose to do with it. Looks like they're trying to make their way through the choke. Looks like Rangi and Kays want to make their way through this choke point. Let's see if they're able to make it through. Oh, Frank's very deep. Needs to link back up with his team there. And there we go. The Uber has been used, but it's only a 1-for-1 trade. They actually trade the demo for Doggo. Try saying that 5 times fast. It looks like the re-aggression coming out from Lambda. He is going to pick up one with the help of the Moti Merchant. But it's a very messy. And it looks like, wow, Milo just getting cleaned up in this post-Uber fight. So what looked like a great opportunity after the force has been completely wasted, and they're going to lose this midpoint and going to be at a full Uber disad trying to hold on to the second point, or potentially even this last point for the second round.
Yeah, and they just lost their demo there on the side of MTIN. Rangi getting a little bit over eager on the middle point there. That was really well played from Chicken. Super calculated, forcing that Uber and then playing the post. They are actually bullying into second. Lambda in very deep, cleaning up one gamer with the help of Mr. Ray. Frank getting a kill onto Hungry. That is both scouts down for MTIN here. You'd be very upset to be them. Jerry caught in the back though. He's jumping onto Liz. Very low. Ends up getting cleaned up. And that is 3 down on the side of MTIN, with a 30% ad on the side of Chick. I feel like they should be pushing this pretty aggressively.
Well, they're certainly taking their sweet time, but it looks like they try to make their way through this top right. There is a pyro they're trying to deny as best they can. They are in for free. They haven't used the Uber just yet. It looks like Frank's slide with 99%. That is absolutely huge. But the Uber has been used. Hungry on that pyro class doing as much work as he can, but I don't think that's enough. Just Rangi and Jerry there up for the side of Milo, and that is going to be the second round, the equalizing round, as Chicken come back with a convincing push all the way from their second point to that last. So the momentum is definitely on the side with Chicken at the moment.
I'm having TCM flashbacks, man. That almost last to last push would have to be crushed if you were MTIN here. But coming into this next mid, Frank getting some damage off nice and early once again. damaging Rangi and the scout case. The soldiers are both on the bell tower. Instigator jumping onto the Tetris. Hungry actually in behind, getting a lot of damage. Lambda dying, Doggo going down. Hungry and Instigator going down very quickly thereafter. This is looking like a mid that might go the way of Chicken. Pretty in Pog. Mr. Huffy stuck in the corner.
They lose their demo there, Snazzy, so I think that is all done and dusted. Chicken there, cutting their losses, both the scouts and the medic. Just trying to get out and keep Liz alive, because there is no way after that momentum, after that comeback round, the equalizing round, that you want to give MTIN any sort of momentum whatsoever. There is still 20 minutes left though, so plenty of time for anything to happen. But this game, you know, it's very, very momentum based, as Jarry now trying to get the bomb, but he gets cleaned up a lot quicker than last time, and only is able to get a splash rocket onto Liz. So we'll see if Chicken's actually going to send a counter-attack. Doggo here looking in Valley or Flowers, whatever you want to call it, and he gets absolutely denied. Wow, taking a trip to the skybox, so that certainly isn't going to work out. And I think we're just going to have a trade the soldier game here, Snazzy. I don't really see any team doing anything else.
We do actually see that Doggo's got a pretty long spawn. I mean, would have thought that might actually trigger the push. Maybe they're just a bit nervous. Jarry looking like he wants to do another fat sack. It does look like Liz is a bit more aware of it coming in now, though. She's backing up earlier. Jarry actually giving up on that sack. He did stuff his jump up at choke there. Nothing really to report. It's just sort of a stalemate. Like you said, 20 minutes left. I don't think either team's in grief here. Rangi poke and choke a little, trying to get some spam off.
Well, it certainly is going to be a game of patience, and especially at the lower levels, trying to keep this tight formation up for as long as it may take for something of note to happen. It only takes one player to slip up for there to be an opening, and then, you know, depending on how well the other team seizes that opening, we could be seeing another round on the board potentially.
Yeah. I am keeping an eye on Rangi. Rangi's very aggressive. Jarry actually bombing in. He's onto Liz. Liz does not end up using. She goes down rather low. And it looks like this might trigger the push. They're getting ready to go through either choke or cafe. It looks like it's going to be cafe with their scout. They are actually getting some coordinated aggression out of their entire team. Doggo in on the med, gets the force. There's a lot of flashes going on. Liz still hasn't used her Uber.
No way. Oh no,
she drops the scout. No!
Oh, but Lambda's there to clean up K's. A very, very nice shots from the blue scout there. On point, able to take out that scout. Not fast enough on the right click is Liz, but despite that, looks like Milo is crumbling. It's only Instigator now trying to jump away as fast as he can. K's will get that forward spawn to help out his fellow soldier, or his fellow Milo squadman. Actually, more forward spawns coming in as well, but yeah, it looks like Chicken are going to take this midpoint. Looks like
Chicken took forever to get onto the point there, and therefore they got those forward spawns. They ended up cleaning up Frank at choke there.
3 down.
Liz still has about a 50% advantage. 3 down on the side of MTIN, like you just said. And I think that might still be a push here. There's not a lot of defensive classes on the side of MTIN so far. They have spawned with an engineer now who is building his sentry. Liz has enough Uber here, though, to be able to push before that sentry is really too big.
Well, let's see how well the finger in the bum's Uber tracking is. She goes down very, very low. She's just at 30 HP. She really wants her team to go. Pick a side, right, left. Which one is it going to be? Looks like it's going to... Nope, it's not going to be the left side just yet. Looks like Lambda's trying to make their way through, but they've taken way too long. Frank is now on 98% Uber, and he's going to counter pop. So that push opportunity has gone to waste, it would seem. They're able to get absolutely nothing with that. No, losing 2 players, only getting a pick on the soldier Instigator. And Lambda doing all that he can, but he's going to trade with K's. And this is just really, really scrappy at the moment.
Yeah, definitely scrappy fights. I do think that MTIN is probably stuck at their last year. I don't like their odds of being able to push this. They seem to have committed to it as well, keeping their NG up. He's moving that sentry around, getting it into a better spot. Instigator down very low, might actually trigger the push. He does end up going down. That's 2 down, but the spawns have just come through, so now it's only 1 down. Not a lot of ad to really speak of. It's roughly even. I think we'll be looking at a bit of a stalemate for a while. Probably a sack and then an off class. They do end up cleaning up the sentry though.
That is big. That's a good start, you know, with that sentry not being there. It allows for Doggo to go in and go for a pick. He gets a pick onto K's, but not the pick that I was looking for. Looks like another Uber trade is actually popping out. You know, Chicken not messing around on these last pushes. They really want to get in as far as they can, but the crits from the Frontier Justice, Hungary is going to get 2 of them. Both scouts going down. Don't underestimate the Frontier Justice, ladies and gentlemen. You know, Uncle Dane power is real with these fellas.
God, I hate that weapon, man. It's so painful.
Yeah, it's like the Diamondback, but for Engineer. And for Engineer, you don't need to aim, so just...
More or less, yeah.
Yep, that sentry gun is now back to level 3. It looks like Hungary is going to be moving it to more or less the same spot as last time. Actually, he's looking to maybe put it somewhere else this time, but that doesn't matter. There's no action going on in lobby. It's just, you know, a couple of the scouts trying to, well, scout it out, as the name would imply. And I'm really hoping that we see a sneaky Frenchman come out from Chicken at this point. I think a sniper isn't going to really work, especially with that sentry there and with how close the soldiers are holding those angles. But I certainly think a spy is doable at this stage in the game.
Yeah, they did just lose both a scout and their demo man. They did get the force though, so it's kind of advantageous for them. Not super great though. Unlikely to be able to stop this second push from happening with Lambda going down there as well. It's looking like they're trying to maintain their Uber ad here. They might have to repush once they get their spawn. They're fleeing through Caff. Instigator down very low. He ends up getting away by the skin of his teeth. I think we're going to have to see a repush out of Chicken here.
I mean, the goal at this stage would certainly be to try and take the second point without using the Uber. But it looks like War Dogger is going very, very deep. He gets picked up. And Lambda as well, dying to a trap from Rangi. So that is both soldiers down and out. So without those rocket jumping Americans, they are unable to take as much space as they probably hoped for. They are going to go down 3. But they are on this point. Looks like Hungary and Jarry both looking to try and make some space. Liz goes down. Very, very weak. Very, very nice aim there from the Blue Scout. The Uber gets popped out from Frank just to save as many plays as he can. And that'll be a successful second point hold, maybe? I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. In all honesty, Snazzy, you have to help me out here.
I think it's just sort of a flub push out of the Chicken guys. They're unfortunately just not really able to convert anything in the way that they want it. We are seeing the push come out of Milo 10. Fran down very low, ends up getting cleaned up by Lambda. That big solo bomb, they just couldn't kill him fast enough. I think with the heal ad here, you'd probably repush, and it looks like they're poking choke there, getting a lot of damage on a Rangi who ends up going down. That should trigger the push. They're walking through that choke. Hungry down very low at the cafe area. Looks like he's going to get cleaned up with no heals here.
Rangi was just so far forward. So far forward. Absolutely no other member of his team able to support him. Trying to hold off that choke point and just gets overwhelmed with the amount of road players flooding through there. So that will be the midpoint for the Chicken boys and girls. And it looks like they'll have like a really, really sizable Uber advantage. So back to a similar situation we were in just a few minutes ago. Let's see if they have learnt anything from their previous attempt.
Oh, look, you know, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. We'll have to see if they're able to pick up on their mistakes there. It looks like they're getting ready to push straight through choke. Jarry actually hiding up there, ready to frag. Lambda's in to make a lot of room. Jarry's still up there. He's onto Liz now. He gets a big bomb onto her. She's down very low. She ends up forcing in the air there. It's a pretty okay Uber. They do end up getting 3 players out of the push there, so it sort of makes up for losing that Uber there. But Fran is on 90%. There is no way they're going to be pushing last. They are actually going in. They clean up everyone.
That's a wipe.
Oh my god.
You spoke too soon there, Snazzy, and that's going to be round number 2 on the board for Chicken, and that certainly is going to demoralize the players on Milo 10. That is just super, super unfortunate, but you know, timing is everything in this game, and the timing was like crystal clear, like, you know, just pinpoint perfect accuracy. But so that is Chicken now taking the lead in this round as we have the fourth mid.
Fourth, yes. Fourth mid. And looking at this mid, it does look like the usual sort of thing we're seeing so far. Jerry up on that bell tower, going down very low. He ends up getting cleaned up by the scout. Doggo's still alive for once. He's down very low. He may re-jump once he gets an arrow. This is looking fairly dominant for MTIN, but having lost that player, I think they're probably in a bad spot here. They are actually backing towards the choke a little, clumping up in that area. It's not really what you want to see. Lambda up on the bell tower, taking that high ground. Hungry actually getting in deep onto the demo man and losing one of their scouts here as well. Hungry's still behind. I feel like they may try to repush. Demo man walking in through the choke. Rangi getting a bit of damage off. He cleans up Doggo. Hungry going down as he came in onto the med. Liz is about half health. Lambda's about half health. I think they're gonna... Are they giving up on this fight? No, they're bringing it back in. MTIN's in and deep. They solo Uber on their soldier. A lot of flashes having to come out of Liz here. I think the Uber's actually better for MTIN. They do end up losing their demo man though.
I think
not
it
getting a
was
flash.
I think it was better, but Rangi going down is going to certainly hamper their progress in this post-super fight, and Lambda gets a kill with the skill stick in Blue Cafe. That is 3 players down and out for Milo, and I think after that disastrous last round, they're going to just steamroll this, you know, Chicken are just going to steamroll with this momentum all the way into this lobby area. It is even Uber's Hungry going up on that Bob the Builder class, and K's on the Putis man. But Rangi going down again, so that's Demerman down on defense when you're holding last. That is certainly less than ideal, but you might get a trade kill, maybe. Ooh. They do get the sentry, and Hungry goes down as well. So an amazing fight there from the Chicken and Demerman. But they're making this way through the top right. They don't even give me an opportunity to breathe here, Snazzy. They just want to go.
Yeah, they really, really do, man. I'll take over so you can get a breath in. Get that scuba tank on, baby. The oxygen mask. It looks like it's even Ubers. We are seeing Huffy actually sacking in and dying. I'm not sure why they kept pushing there. Doggo going down as well, and it looks like they're going to have to back out to set. That said, you're not going to be upset if you're doing this here as Chicken, because the longer you keep them stuffed in the lard, the better for you. You've already around up. Yeah, there's 10 minutes left. That could go very badly for you if they get a good push off. Which we actually are seeing. There is a big solo Uber on the demo man. They end up cleaning up Frank with that Uber.
Oh, Lambda is going for that back cap. He just gets juggled by K's having the heavy on the last point. Certainly is a great insurance, but it probably isn't great for pushing out. But the Uber does get forced from Liz. Not really able to get anything with it, and it looks like there might just be a reset. Actually, no. It looks like Milo want to take this ground that they have now acquired, and that's War Doggo going down in the battlements area, and they have successfully pushed out a last, so that is a little bit less pressure on, but the clock is ticking down slowly but surely. Just over 8 minutes remaining, so plenty of time, but certainly the nerves will start to be kicking in looking at that scoreline every time they press their tab key.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, the moment you start heading down into single digits on the minutes, you start freaking out just a little bit, especially with a game this even, not knowing if you'll be able to push in. They do end up using their ads straight through choke. Not a lot of scouting going on. They do end up losing Hungry. He's on to Fran, kills him. Oh my lord.
I know. War Doggo just played that absolutely
health.
Perfectly. And it's just Instigator here with 10 health onto the point. Oh, pretty in the poke. Beefing a few of his shots there. But that is going to be a wipe on Milo. And dare I say it, that could be the nail in the coffin.
It definitely could be. This is full ad to the side of Chicken. They got all of their players up. They've captured this second point, so their players have gotten those forward. No, those they're just rolling out as usual.
Oh, if Rangi goes down here, that would be absolutely disastrous. 50 health. He is able to escape by the skin of his teeth there. But if he were to go down in this situation, that would be just curtains right there and then. But the push is coming in. How they spotted the center they have now, that's going to be cleaned up very, very easily by Lambda. And the next target on their list would probably be K's in the heavy. But this Uber has gone awfully for Chicken. They are all of them are dead, Snazzy. What looked like a surefire round has just turned into disaster. And this could be a coast to coast. 6 minutes left. They're only down one round.
It could be a rounding off of those score lines, bringing them both up to even numbers on 2 and bringing us to a golden cap, I'd imagine. But I just want to say, that was like the perfect use of your defensive classes. They're wasting all the Uber on the sentry, still having the heavy up, requiring focus, and in the meantime, just cleaning players up, left, right, and center. We do see the force come out, Doggo and his the soldier there, Lambda, getting onto them as they came through flowers. Huffy's actually in behind, he's onto Fran, beefing shots, beefing. He doesn't get anything. Call you out for that, bro. You suck.
That definitely did take the Milo squad a lot longer than it probably should have to clean up that one scout, but no harm done. Frank is still very much alive and well. I mean, not as well now, but Liz does get forced by a very, very nice bomb from the Blue Soldiers. And they are able to pick up 3 kills on either side. It's 3v3, but there's a scout there. Kays gets traded with Lambda. It's just putting the poke, and Monty measure the 2 Blue Scouts. What can they do? Putting the poke now down to 4 health, but it's just
chase the mid. Why are you so slow?
Yeah, Fast Man isn't going very, very fast, and he's Frank now actually made it out alive. That could actually be the round.
That could be the round. Really turn it around. So Liz going down there on that second point, not really what you want to see. The soldier actually managing to clean her up right on the... It was a scout cleaning her up right on the tail end there.
That doesn't matter, she died.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. She died. Really sucky. But then the scouts beat the soldier. It's just the men that they stood there for like a good couple seconds, just sort of recuperating their mental acuity. Lambda getting the force out as they come through flowers though, so I'm going to have to keep talking. Just garbage, really.
Well, I think that force has certainly saved the round for Chicken, and we are now under the 5-minute mark, so it is crunch time. It looks like... that would be Doggo. They're trying to get some nice rockets on to Frank. And Frank actually does go down, so I don't know. This is looking more and more grim for Milo's squad. They are really, really starting to run out of time now, and with 4 players down, including their medic, that full 100% Uberad for Liz, it's not looking great, Snazzy. It really isn't.
No, it's not looking super clean for them. That said, I do want to say, I think they can still take this. 4 minutes left on the clock. Chicken only has to beef 1 good push, and they have to capitalize upon it properly. And these guys have got this, for sure. It does look like Chicken are coming through. They end up losing their demo man.
Oh, that's bad. They dropped another one. Lambda going down, but it's they traded 2 frags for 4, and that is going to be everyone. Now they chase the medic. Nope, they're just gonna let Frank just walk in, delay the spawn, maybe. I don't know what's going on anymore.
God knows what's happening, man. Fran still on that last point, 40% Uber, not enough.
Oh, no. And that is 1-3 and 2 rounds in 3 minutes. Possible, but they really, really need to completely obliterate the Chicken squad on this mid, and the mid after that as well, and not beef the last push to boot.
Look, we're going to know within the next couple of seconds whether or not they can still turn this. Rangy getting very aggressive. Frank actually having to back into Cafe. Mountain Dew? Milo Tin are actually fragging here. They're getting a lot of damage off. They're getting a lot of room here.
Oh, the
Lambda actually running heavy to the middle. I'm not sure if that's BM or an actual strat.
Well, he picks up a frag on the K's.
Oh, no.
It's certainly slowing them down. All they need to do is slow down Milotin enough to stop the complete roll, and it looks like they have done that. They are now down to 2.5 minutes to get 2 rounds. I don't think it's possible at this point. The Uber does get popped out. Liz and Lambda just holding off this aggression, and I think that's all the time they needed.
Yeah, this is definitely an interesting game, seeing what's going on now with Lambda on the heavy directly to middle.
But yeah, but Milotin don't have an answer for it. They do not have an answer for it. You know, the Uber does come out from Milotin, but they still have this heavy and medic duo, and it's just absolute carnage. Lambda now, I think he's on a 4K in total. Liz going down there. Lambda finally getting sniped off from a nice rocket from Instigator, but with 1 minute 40 left on the clock, trying to get 2 rounds from this stage, it's not looking great.
Oh, it'd be an ask, I think. One of the ones that would involve, breaking the laws of physics, a bit of time dilation. That said, I feel like they can definitely bring this back to 2 rounds. They've got this sizable advantage here. The sentry's not quite up yet. They build this out, I think they could definitely get the honor round, if that makes sense. Rangi's actually in cleaning up the sentry nice and early. Hungry's in on a scout. Lambda's up on heavy again, not getting much focus done to him.
That's it.
Yeah, that's that.
That's it. That's a botched push if I've ever seen one. They get the sentry nice and early, but that's it. That's it. They get a level 1 sentry. It was a great effort there, but looks like your old squad, the chicken squad.
Told you, bro.
Without the C, very important distinction between the team and the animal. They have taken this first map with probably not as a convincing a win as you might have expected heading into this one, but they will take those 2 points. Still 2 points. Yeah, that's 2 points for the first map as we'll make our way to Snakewater in just a few moments.
Yeah. 18 seconds left on the clock. Not really much to say. We are seeing some frags happening, but I think it's just stat padding. Lambda's
or
playing
stat
heavy.
destroying, or stat destroying, depending on what side of it you're on.
It really could be either.
It's a good effort from both these teams. Actually, we saw some very nice holds, some very nice pushes, and also the converse is true as well. We saw some really questionable plays from both teams, but it is main. You come to expect a few interesting decisions, whether from a lack of knowledge or just lack of experience or whatever else is going on. But it was a good game nonetheless. I'm sure you can agree with me, Snazzy.
Absolutely, man. It was surprisingly even. I really thought this one would swing more either way. Obviously, chicken's way, 5-0, like I said. But yeah, I really, that was very even, and some big bombs out of Jerry. Hungry really popping off. I did think he would be one to keep an eye on. We'll get these logs up. We'll have a bit of analysis done.
Are you a stats man?
I try to be a stats man, but I can't.
You try and be a stats man. Well, you can just look at big numbers and say, "Oh, big number. That looks pretty." So what big numbers do you see here, Snazzy?
Mate, I'm going to head down the damage stats. The top 3, we're actually seeing Lambda, followed by Frank, followed by Jared, with Lambda coming through with 8,900 damage, 339 for those of you counting at home in the damage per minute. Frank coming through with 333 damage a minute, and Jerry coming through with a very respectable 297, above his demo man on 270. Having a look at the kill counts, we are actually seeing Rays popping off 26 for 10, number 1 in the server with a kill death ratio of 2.6. Hungry coming through with 22 for 18, 1.2 on that one. And then Huffy following up with 20 for 11. Pretty respectable. Having a look at the deaths, we actually do see Doggo dying the most. Obviously, he's playing Roma, so that kind of makes sense, trying to get that ground and get on in there. Most damage in the server taken by Rangi. He was very aggressive.
I think one thing that will just describe sort of how much more in control Chicken was in that game is if you look at the kill death ratio, aside from Doggo, who was trying to make the plays happen, sacking in his life, trying to get the forces, trying to get, the openings. After that, the entire rest of the Chicken squad is at the top there when you look at the kill death ratios. So that does show the amount of control that they did have on that map, despite the scoreline. It was a slow start, to say the least, but they did get the rounds that they needed. And yeah, as you said before, Lambda doing lots and lots of work for his team for sure.
Yeah, having a look at these med stats though, we do actually see Liz putting out about 2,000 more heals over the course of the game. Not very much more in the terms of heals per minute. Liz actually getting 14 Ubers out to Franz, 13 no drop. We do actually know that There was a couple very near drops for Fran. He had 2 deaths, one on 98 and one on 99, which do end up showing on there. We do see that the scouts are actually getting the most heals in these games. Kays and Rays, that only just occurred to me. Kays and Rays both getting 27% heal. Rangy getting an even 27 as well, just a tad less than Kays got.
Nice one. I'll give that one a solid 8.
Sorry about that.
Man, it wouldn't be a snazzy cast without that. Okay. I think we both owe Liz an apology on that one. 0 drops, so well done to her. No, it is very, very hard to do, especially for her. But Snake Water, it's a new map, new day, fresh restart. If you're in the situation that is MTIN you're in right now, you just lost your first map. What is going through your mind right now? What are you saying to the boys and girls in your Mumble chat or Discord or hell, even it's Skype if you're still in the dark ages?
Oh god, no one uses Skype, do they?
I don't know.
I hope not. But I reckon you'd be saying, look boys, we definitely still got this. That was very even. And I think maybe trying to follow up on some of Rangy's aggression. Rangy is very aggressive. And they seem to sit around for like a while after he gets his damage off. So I think on these mids with their soldiers, I feel like they're probably a bit more prone to aggression. I think that might actually help them there with how eager Rangy is to get that damage off. Also, please don't clip my burp. It just slipped out.
Oh, well, now that you've said it, everyone's going to clip it, dude.
Jazz already asked them to do it. I just wanted to make a gentle plea.
I think you're at the mercy of the Twitch gods, and by that I mean the Twitch chat for that one. However forgiving they may be on this particular occasion, I am unaware of, to say the least. But Snake Water, yes, it is a map that does allow for a little bit more aggression. I think what they need to do is actually play more around Rangy, or the team needs to reel him in a bit. He's being isolated too much, and having an isolated demo man in this day and age is just asking for disaster.
For sure, man. I don't know. I feel like MTIN can most certainly take this map. I feel like I just get the vibe that they're probably going to be a little bit stronger on this map than they were on Sunshine. I think the more close quarters on this map might actually play into their benefit. We know Liz is kind of prone to staying in on fights a little bit long from what was happening in that last map. I feel like with the map being a little bit closer, that's probably more better up for MTIN, because they can catch her a little bit more often. And when their mid's down, you can definitely walk at them.
Yes, that is very, very true. It would definitely be more betterer, to use your terminology. But you're not wrong. Snake Water is certainly a lot more closed off in some areas than Sunshine is. I'm actually curious to see how these mids go, because the way that mid is structured is very, very similar to Sunshine, I do believe. At least in my opinion, having the central high ground and having control of that just puts you at such an advantageous position. But at the same time, it opens yourself up to re-aggression. So I'm very curious to see how these teams handle this mid in comparison to Sunshine ones. Hopefully, there are a bit more, high risk, high reward plays on these mid fights. It was a bit slow at the start of the game, but that's just to be expected. It is an official match. It isn't a scrim. It isn't a pug. But it looks like we are getting this second map underway. So Snazzy, all yours, buddy.
I'm laughing too hard because you said WAP. Coming into this middle. This is the second map of week 2 of ozfortress season 29 main. This is Chiken versus Milo. Oh baby, I've never been more excited. Frank and his other opposing demo man Rangy getting there at a roughly even time. A little bit of damage coming out of both players. The height is taken. Lambda's onto Fran, but there is Instigator right onto Liz, taking around. Doggo actually cleaning up Fran as well. So this is roughly even. Both teams losing their med. A lot less health on the side of MTIN. They are down a player as well. This is not looking great for them, losing Rangy on the tail end there. Kay's still going in for the frags here. I think he's going to get cleaned up. He actually takes out Raze as well. Hungry getting out on his own, and that is the first mid going the way of Chicken.
I don't think there can be a mid that goes as even as that one. Both mids going down super early in the fight. Lambda just making a lot of space, just turning a few heads. That's all they needed to get a little bit of an opening. But it was a very close mid. But yep, that is the first mid in the way of Chicken. They are certainly trying to use that momentum that they got in the previous map to just keep rolling forward and completely obliterate the Milo squad. But we'll see what they're able to do in this, push out from mid to second. Hopefully we see a few sacks and maybe even a sniper play. We haven't seen a sniper play or a spy play yet, for that matter. So hopefully we'll see some from either one of these two teams here in the second map.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Snake Last really lends itself to sniper as well. I mean, we've seen it 1,000 times. The Ubers are basically even, so I think this is going to be a stalemate for a while. We do see MTIN taking a fairly good position on the second here.
Doggo's going in very deep. He misses the first rocket and he's just going to get air shot with a nice pipe from Rangy there. Absolutely destroying that soldier, showing who's boss. But we'll see if the counter sack comes out, counter aggression. Kay's looking in the saw area, and Jarry completely stuffs up his jump there and has to abandon ship, and his 7 health probably going to get cleaned up, and yeah. And Kay's goes down actually as well, so that's 2 down. And
Lambda's in onto Fran, getting a bit of damage. He's isolated that med. Maybe if his team pushes right now. Rangy getting down very low, ends up dying. Hungry cleaning up 2 players on the flank there. The Ubers come out from both teams. Fran's Uber's a little bit better, but hasn't really achieved much. A lot of flashing coming out of Liz there. She is on her lonesome. There's a scout on her.
Oh no.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Frank getting a mad midi and cleaning up Hungry with a very beautiful pipe onto that ramp area there. And with this huge ad, I'm wondering if they might try to build it instead of pushing instantly. It does look like they're attempting to poke a little.
It's main. They're going to push straight away, surely. No? Oh, they're a bit more patient than I expected. I certainly would have pushed that. I don't know. I don't know about you, but I would have gone for that, just YOLO it.
Yeah, I mean, I would have, but I would have been yelled at by my team members, I'm not going to lie.
We see Casey in a very peculiar heavy spot, just sitting in the corner, being a human sentry, as it were. So we'll just let him chill out there. But it is another stalemate. They do Chicken do have a 40% Uber advantage. Let's see what they're able to do. They actually they came in from this under area actually, and they're taking a lot of space now. It was like Frank on that Demo Man class is trying to get as much space as he can. The picks are falling for both teams at the moment, it would seem, but that's 2 up for the side of Milo. It's all on Hungry. Is his aim true? And that's an amazing pipe. And might I just say that was a huge carrier from that Demo Man, honestly. Some crazy pipes.
Yeah, Frank's really popping off. I do want to say with that push, it seemed very calculated. Lambda did a mad bomb straight through top left at the same time as his team pushed lower. They got all that ground for free. But coming into this next mid, we do see Frank get there a little bit earlier. Rangy just entering the mid now. His team's there with him. They're ready to fight. Lambda and Doggo taking that top left area from their perspective. Able to get a lot of room. Instigator going down to the 2 soldiers. That's not looking good for them. The high ground has been taken. Lambda and Doggo are nice and in deep. Fran going down rather low, Doggo dying for his efforts, and I think they're going to be able to get their med out and probably be able to defend too.
That was a way more convincing mid for Chicken. Kay's trading his life with one of the red scouts. I'm lost with these aliases, I'm sorry. But yeah, it's looks like we're going to be stalemating it again here. Between the mid and second, and surely we see a sniper come out. Like, come on, both scouts died. No? Maybe? Yes!
Yes!
We have a sniper! See, big brain. No, the sniper's coming.
You just looking into your crystal ball there or something, bro?
I can give you the lotto numbers if you want.
No. No gambling here, remember?
Yeah, I might have a problem. Anyway, that aside, we're going to see what angle he's trying to get. Looks like he's trying to peek from this kitchen area. Doggo sacking in, trying to make a bit of space. Actually, he's just committing his life for it. But he isn't going to start anything on a nice body shot. Actually saving his soldier. So great teamwork between those two. Just trying to make some more space for Pretty and Pog. It's current alias. Right now, he's actually going to get another body shot onto the soldier. No heads falling just yet. Doggo is going to lose his life there, and looks like the Ubers actually have been traded in the store area.
Yeah, they got that force out and then they used their Uber back into them. This is looking like it might be pretty grim for Chicken though. Fran down very low. Bit more players on the side of MiloTin here, but they have actually given up on the second so far. Just re-entering now. It seems to be a good re-enter, cleaning up Frank nice and early.
Oh, the
Bus lady,
sniper.
Liz going down very low. The sniper dying as well. Liz dying. Doggo's the only one left alive. 2 spawns come out, and I think Doggo's probably going to die on this middle. He trades for Jerry. He ends up dying. Lambda's in deep. Goes down rather low, about half health. He's in that kitchen area. He's probably trying for Fran here. Kay is fighting with all of his might to stop this from happening. Lambda behind the hut there. He ends up actually getting out with his life. I have no fucking idea how he managed to do that shit.
Yeah, it was a very nice jumps there coming out from the chicken soldier. But more importantly, Milo were able to take this midpoint. Probably not as cleanly as they would have liked after that amazing second hold, or that more of a botch from Chicken. But they are able to take this mid, and it looks like it's just War Doggo going to get isolated here with 2 very nice directs from Jerry. Rangi picking up that frag with a nice sticky. Liz going down to 4 health. Kays will clean her up, and I think this is another chance to equalize it. 1-1. The shoot's on the other foot, however, this time it is now the Milo squad. And it looks like Huffy now is actually on second as a heavy, so he's stopped that cap. Absolutely squashed any momentum. He's going to pick up Rangi as well with some amazing tracking. And I think, yeah, the heavy play rings true once again. Let's see if Milo have a response for it this time.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy watching how he managed to defend that last, and Rangi just missing out on an arrow from his med. It literally passed the spot where he would have been like a millisecond after he died. The Ubers are relatively even, roughly a 10% advantage to Chicken. Munchad, as you called it.
Yes, that is what I called it.
I think we're just going to see a stalemate. There is this heavy, which means it's going to really mitigate Chicken's ability to push. I think they're going to have to try to bait things into the heavy in order to actually be able to do much here, which means this 10-20 ad that they've got is more or less useless.
Oh, but War Doggo is in the kitchen. He's jumping right behind. They haven't noticed. He's able to get Case, and he drops Fran as well.
And Huffy gets a frag from lower.
Absolutely huge play there. Hungry is going to pick off the heavy weapons guy. He's going to try and start a back cap, but it looks like Lamb is going to be able to clean up that one fairly easily, maybe? I mean, Hungry's on 2 health, so I'm assuming so. But yeah, Chicken able to take this middle point. Have a scout just running around behind them, doing pretty much nothing. K is now on the heavy class as well. Is this the new meta, Snazzy? This the heavies on Snake?
God, I hope not. I hope not. I don't want to slow the game down any more than it already is.
Well,
we
it
do
looks like
see
they're fighting Putis with Prutus at this point. K is on that heavy class. It isn't really coming into effect right now, but Liz actually drops the first
there. It
drop.
is.
There it is. With an amazing fight from Rangi. Rangi gets to pick up War Doggo as well. But let's see what Chicken are able to do to salvage this. Lambda jumping in very deep, gets 2 nice rockets onto both Rangi and Fran, but it isn't quite enough. Both of them going down, going very weird, but looks like Huffy on the scout class. He's behind as well. He's trying to land the shots. He's being super hard there.
Dude, Fran is so low here. 1 decent rocket and he's going down. It does look like he's able to back out and they end up losing one of their scouts in Saw there as well. That's really not good for you if you're Chicken here. This is basically full dis. Once they get their spawns, I'm pretty sure MiloTin's probably going to be pushing you.
Yeah, MiloTin just trying to get all their players in order. Let's see where Chicken are deciding to hold. We have War Doggo hiding in the kitchen area. He does get spotted by Hungry though, so that he's going to have to move out of that hiding spot. But Lambda, they're trying to hold onto the high ground just to mitigate some of the pressure. War Doggo going back into the kitchen. There's another drop. of the stickies of Frank. That was drop central here in this map. We saw none on Sunshine, but that is at least 2 drops so far. 1 for each medic. The sniper out in pretty in the pog. But looks like MTIN are just crumbling at the moment. Just ranging in K's. And the demo and sniper, and they are super separated. But K's is able to pick up the medic Liz with the ding. That's a 150 crit headshot.
99% Uber, almost another one to the list of Liz drops.
How is that reassessment going for you, by the way? Have we got a total number yet?
3. Going with 3 again, because we're 2 in, technically.
We're 2 in. You gotta count that one.
So
All
I'm
right.
gonna be right.
It might be 5 at this point, you know, considering we aren't even like halfway through the map yet. But nevertheless, 40%, 30 to 40% Uber out for the Milo squad. They are holding their own second. Let's see if they're able to do anything with it.
Yeah, it'll be really interesting to see what they actually try to do with this one. 18 minutes left in the map. There's definitely a lot of different ways that this one could still go. I do see that MTIN, they're sniping with ad. I don't know if they know they have this ad or if they're just committing to, okay, let's get them to flub a push and then we'll push back into them. We'll just have to see. It's like, it's not that huge of an ad. It's only 15%. They actually use straight through bats or catwalk, my bad. They end up losing one of their scouts. They end up losing one of their soldiers. They do end up cleaning up the demo man. Hungry sort of left high and dry on the point there against both scouts. Fran down very low. Raised cleaning up Fran. Rangy down low. Hungry's down on 1 health. He ends up dying. Rangy's getting away on his lonesome. And Liz and her scout are pushing here. Oh no, they actually give up. I thought they would.
Rangy's too strong. Rangy too strong. He was able to get both soldiers in Saw while that fight was going on. So while they were losing the fight outside, Rangy did get the double kill within the Saw area. Kays is still on the sniper, so he seems to be feeling very confident after getting that basically a drop onto Liz before. And I hear the shred alert taunt coming out. That's an amazing pipe. But the force does actually come out, Liz trying to save her demo man.
Rangy's caught under.
They get loads of frags with that. Rangy, 32 health under. He's the last man alive, and he's just going to die to a sticky.
Push! Let your scout cap! Push! For fuck's sake! What are you doing? Oh my
As
God.
you can hear, Snazzy here in the commentary box with me, very frustrated at the moment with the decision making on his former team. But they have missed that opportunity. Hungry does have that level 1 sentry up with the Jag, of course, trying to get it to level 2 as quickly as possible. But they are all inside this lobby area, and looks like Frank is actually going to go down from some coordinated spam. Jerry picking up that kill, and Kay is picking up the dome on War Dogger. Oh,
Lambda taking out
Fran. Is that worth it though? 3 frags for the medic?
Sure, fuck it. Why not?
Well, that's a mood. And looks like Pretty in the Pog finding the sentry there on the last, trying to go for the back cap. Rangy is the only player capping the point. And just welcome to main, ladies and gentlemen. Where even the commentaries don't even know what's going on.
Bro, I was literally just about to say, I think fucking Huffy's gonna find this sentry on last, and you read my mind as it happened. Look, Liz has 60 now % advantage. If they don't push this, I'm gonna start screeching. I know they do have a single round advantage, but 15 minutes left on the clock. I don't think they really should be playing this cautious here. Fran building his Uber with Hungry.
Looks like they're going down to lower area.
This is too late.
Liz can see the sniper dot. Lambda is in deep, trying to take care of that sniper before, but that 10-15 second delay is all you need. And Fran is now on this Uber. They have wasted a full Uber out according to our source TV. But the Uber exchange does come out. We see frags going left, right, and center. Hungry now actually getting the pick onto Frank. Liz cleaning up with a nice crossbow. But all the fight's just going on all over the place. I'm sorry, I can't keep up. This is... I'll say it again. Welcome to main, ladies and gentlemen.
It's definitely frenetic gameplay. We do actually see Huffy on the point nice and early. He's got that point very capped. Fran actually standing on the point to block it. We do see the rest of his team following up behind him. Liz getting out with her life. I would have thought she would have committed to that like she seems to. They do have 10% advantage. Lambda down very low. He ends up getting a bow. Frank's caught in there. He's very low. Liz going down to a massive trap from Rangi as he cleans up the Demo Man as well. The point is still crazy capped. We do see the entire team there ready to defend it. I think Huffy's going to have to try for a back cap here. Kay's on Pyro, very cautious of a spy, perhaps. Fran actually getting some heals out.
Well, looks like Huffy's going to go for it. He might try for it. He's going into this last point. Kay's spotted.
It's good.
He's not loaded. Oh, that is very close there. Just a bit of time.
That second stack was so fat. They knew it was going to be dangerous. Fran going down, Doggo actually getting in behind them. Fat bomb, cleaning up Fran with 3 rockets. He ends up going down for his efforts, but I think that's a fine trade if you're Doggo there. 50, it's going to be about 70 odd ad on Liz by the time everything is ready to go.
Yep, all the spawns starting to come up. You can catch your breath now, Snazzy. Now that's a lot going on. It's a lot more fast-paced in this map than it was on Sunshine, which is absolutely great to see. Kay is actually still in that Pyro class. I don't know what's going on in this match anymore, but he's just sitting there in the corner with his backburner, ready to crit some noobs who are going. Actually, the whole team.
Oh, he's going to get it.
5 players.
He's going to get it.
He's going to get it. Oh, he's been seen. Oh, no. Well, that was anticlimactic, but nevertheless, looks like they are trying to slow push this with the threat of the Uber advantage, trying to get this this full Uber ad, and
they clean up the Demo Man as well. This is so good
Huffy
for them.
Huffy is on Huntsman. Oh, he's dead. Never mind that. He was on the Huntsman sniper, but they do get the second point. They are making their way in. It's only 3 players up, just Scout, Pyro, and Medic on the side of Milo Tin. Both Ubers do get exchanged. The spawns will be coming in a couple seconds.
I feel like...
And that's a rushed push, I do believe. And, yeah, the spawns are here, and they're going to have to back out, reset, and try something else.
Chicken needs to be far more aggressive when they have Ubad here. Every time they get it, they spend so long just waltzing about, doing nothing. And they're really throwing away this ad. I know they are a round up, so I can't really criticize too much. But
it's only 1 round. That can change very quickly.
Yeah, exactly.
One massive mistake, you know, regardless of where it is, it could be, you know, pushing last as they are right now. One major mistake, and Milo Tim are certainly capable of just rolling that momentum all the way coast to coast, evening this game out. And once that happens, once they get that momentum going, I think it will be pretty hard for Chicken to stop that. But it looks like Wardo gets absolutely obliterated trying to go for a sack. Isn't able to get anything. So he'll be down and out for the count. We'll see if Milo's squad are able to create an opening for themselves. And as I said that they do, Hungry, they're picking up the frag on Pretty in the Pog. Lambda actually going for a 1v1 with Jarry in this under area. Jarry going to come out of that one on top. That's 3 down, but their Uber has been used. And it's another drop.
Got dropped.
That's another one.
I told you.
Do you have the lotto numbers by any chance?
I don't.
That's too bad.
See, and it's really good because I can go either way. If she drops again, I can still say it's 3 because one of them technically wasn't, you know?
That is very true. You have set yourself up very well, my friend, but that is the Huntsman sniper of Huffy trying to get a pick. Gets a nice arrow into the body of Fran, but that isn't quite enough. Hungry now on a killing spree, now picking up Doggo as they went for another solo sack.
Yeah, look, you've got a 2-player ad here. Please push it. It looks like they are using this 2-player ad. They get Jarry straight through kitchen. He's getting a big rocket on the Liz. Liz down very low. Rangi catching up behind.
Have they seen Lambda? Have they seen Lambda? They haven't seen Lambda!
Oh my god.
That is...
He's still alive?
Yep, he's still alive.
Liz surviving as well. Instigator not managing to get a rocket off onto Liz, who was down very low. Instigator going down to Huffy on heavy there. Okay, let's see if they throw away this ad again.
Well, they do have the heavy. And despite it being quite closed off, Snakewater can be quite a long map. So having the heavy there certainly isn't ideal, but maybe it's going to help pick up players here on the flank.
Dude, no. Dude, no. He cleaned up Hungry. He got down Jerry so low. But Jerry just managed to get out. They do only have 50% ad remaining. They still have to cap this second point. I'm not sure they're going to be able to convert this to a last. Uber used...
There's the Uber. Very early. They're going into last, but they haven't capped second yet. They are very, very spread. And I think here, right now, ladies and gentlemen, we are seeing a shift in the meta. It is happening. Tommy Slav heavy. Who needs a scout? Just have Fat Scout. That's all you need.
I mean, you'd think that given the mobility differences, MTIN would be able to, you know, use this to their advantage. I mean, if they're running a heavy, you just focus him from afar and game over. The Uber comes out of Fran. They use straight through into second. Jerry's now very low in the middle of this Uber. He is on that hut. Pretty in Pog. Huffy behind. He's going to clean up Instigator in the last point.
Oh, there's the heavy on last.
Not quite.
There's the heavy on last. And
he ends up dying. Okay, cool. Cool.
That's the first happening. That's the first to happen. That's good.
Chicken are pushing this. Alright, they have this full Uber ad. They end up cleaning up Fran as well. This is fine. There is a player on the middle point, but that's okay, because they can definitely cap two faster. Rangy's in.
And now the collapse is coming. Oh, the Scout's doing loads and loads of work, but it isn't quite enough. They are able to get Liz and Doggo, but it just isn't quite enough, and they are on a 14-second respawn. That is forever, and dare I say that's another round? Maybe? Instigator? There we go. So that is 2-0. Just over 7 minutes remaining. If you're MiLoTin right now, this is crunch time. You need to be aggressive on this mid. You need to have a flawless mid, and you need to get a round on the board to get some momentum back.
7 minutes is definitely enough time for MiLoTin to take this, though. At least to a golden cap. I've seen them play their hearts out before, but coming into this mid, we do see Frank get there a little bit earlier once again. He's down rather low, half health on him. A lot of control over this high ground at the moment as well. Lambda going behind. They're essentially a player down. Doggo jumping in. Huffy is on the med as well. He ends up cleaning up Fran there. Not a lot of pressure onto Liz yet. However, 3v3 med, Demo, and Scout versus Demo and Soldier and Scout. We do see Rangy actually getting in very deep. He gets raised down very, very low. Doesn't end up securing the frag, and I think that's the mid going the way of Chicken, very unfortunately for MiLoTin.
They needed that mid. They needed to get some momentum on the board after this. I honestly don't really see how they're gonna be able to come back from this. Chicken are playing a lot tighter than they were on the previous map, making fewer mistakes. Still a fair few, but fewer than the previous map. And it looks like, yeah, just the force does come out. Jerry able to hit the force very, very early in dungeon, so that's gonna certainly buy some time. But 2 frags for it isn't the best trade in the world for MiLoTin. They actually got to lose another one. Instigator going down as well to the guns of your Monty Merchant. But no. Lots of things happening all over the map right now. Lambda very, very deep in on the combo. He's still alive. And he's able to get one, but unable to get the second. And it's just fighting back and forth. Liz going down very low, down to 57 health. But I think we're just going to see a reset, maybe. Maybe. I don't know.
MiLoTin have this ad. They've ended up using straight through. Rangy getting a good chunk of that Uber, but not really able to do very much with it. No scouts with them to be able to carry this Uber forward. K's actually up on heavy on the last point while they're capping 2 here. Just very cautious of anything leaking through lower there, because there were a couple players down as they pushed out there. Lambda's in deep onto Rangy. Gets Rangy down to 20 health, not able to secure the frag. Ends up going down to Hungry. We are seeing a bit of a repush on the side of Chicken here. They don't have any sort of advantage, really. K's on heavy here. He's getting a lot of damage onto the players. He's
doing work.
He's doing work. Rangy actually died as well. Didn't even see what happened.
Yeah, Rangy going down. So that is certainly less than ideal. Hungry is going to pick up a frag on Doug as well in the unders area. But I'm telling you, man, this is the new meta. This is the new meta.
Yeah, I really hope not. I seriously really hope not. Hungry going in for a sack, and he achieved his goal. He did sacrifice himself. The Uber's coming out. Fran and his demo man entering through top there. K is with them, getting a flash. There is Lambda on the last point. He's fighting a soldier.
Is he going to win
soldier
this?
down
He's
very
won
low. He
it!
gets it.
That is
My
3-0.
God.
And that, I believe that's map. There's
Yeah,
just under 4 minutes remaining. 3-0.
I don't see them bringing it back to even a golden cap. However, I do think that with the right sort of aggression on this middle, they can probably get the honor round. They can bring this back in their direction. Frank getting there a little bit earlier, a little bit of damage on Rangi, but Frank is a bit lower. Hungry getting some good control of that high ground there. Not a lot happening so far. Lambda ends up beefing his jump. Jerry's in deep. He cleans up Liz nice and early. Collect around your med here, use your heal advantage, and I think they could turn this around their way. Lambda down very low in the kitchen.
Yeah, but it's
Huffy
just Rangi.
taking a fight with Rangi. Rangi's sort of the only one on the point that Instigator jumping in. A lot of damage onto Frank. Frank actually cleaning him up with his scout. It looks like the mid's going to go their way, but I'd be amazed if they don't sack for med here, even with the health they're on.
Oh, it looks like they just playing it nice and cautious, just running the timeout. They know that they have got this map in the bag. They just want to preserve their death stats, I'm sure. We only see Monty and Merchant actually far forward, and Pretty in the Pog actually getting found out as well. But Doggo now on the spy. Don't know if they've been found yet. Oh, he's going to get the stab on Rangi. But that is all that he is able to get, unfortunately. But the Uber did come out from Fran, so looks like Liz actually going down very weak as well. She's going to be going into the resub area. Lambda getting picked off in the unders area by Jerry. And I think you're right here, Snazzy. They can certainly try and get this on around. The K is who has been quite impressive on sniper this map actually. Back on that class number 8. The Australian piss-loving sniper man.
I'm gonna have to cut you off there. Liz going down with 95% Uber. Doggo spawned on Spy twice. He gets behind and kills K. He's coming up behind the team here now. I think he's actually onto Fran. He gets caught. Not much really happens, and they are gonna get this on a round. Hell yeah, dude.
They get the round. That's at least 1 point to their total score that they wouldn't otherwise have. But 1 minute 30 remaining on the clock. I think that is curtains. Just, you know, it's mathematically impossible at this point. But
Yeah.
What a game! What a game!
For sure, man. A lot of back and forth going on. The scoreline very similar on both of the maps here. Lambda's in deep on this middle. Not really much worth commentating though. The game is more or less over. This mid looks like it's going the way of chiken. They've managed to clean up the mid, and they are just cleaning up players one by one. Rangi coming in through kitchen there. I think he's been seen.
No,
he's done.
He just goes down to the scattergun of Pretty in the Pog.
Yeah.
Hungry now, trying to run away. It seemed he was hiding behind the crates for a little bit, but he decides to cut his losses before the team even shows up, and just sit in that lobby area. With 30 seconds left on the clock, it looks like Liz and her scout and the soldier Lambda gonna make their way through on this left-hand side from their perspective. They're able to get a couple frags, but they aren't really able to get that far forward. I think it's just a DM fest at this point. Lambda and Instigator trading on top of the little hut there.
10 seconds left. I don't know if Chicken's going to be able to cap this last point. They're on it. 2 seconds remaining. The point gets blocked, and that is the game.
So
that
the exact
is
same
map
scoreline.
two.
The
Yeah,
exact
same
scoreline.
scoreline. It's
So
crazy.
1-3 to the side of Chicken. But really props to Milo as well. They put up a very, very good fight. I think a lot of people would have expected Chicken to be a little bit more dominant in the scoreline end of the department of things. But they certainly put up a good fight and certainly kept Chicken honest. It wasn't a complete demolition. Rangi having some incredible moments that map with an amazing air pipe onto War Dog, or I think it was, holding that second point. And Kays as well, showing his prowess on that sniper class, able to get a few crucial frags as well.
Yeah, I'm going to have a quick run through these logs. Frank coming through, proving he's not just a pretty face. 12,000 damage, 405 DPM for those of you counting at home. Lambda coming through shortly after him. Next one down the server with 100 less DPM. That is how powerful Frank was on this map. 298 DPM, 8,800. Rangi following up very shortly thereafter, 8,700 with 294. Coming down the kill counts, we do see Hungry popping off once again. I told you, someone to keep an eye on. 31 for 18 with a KD of 1.7. Rangi following up in terms of kill count, 27 for 15, a KD of 1.8. And Ray's coming through with 24 for 14, 1.7 as well. Highest KD in the map was actually Frank with 2.9, 23 for 8. He like never died, man. It was crazy.
I think that Frank's stats just show you how that game went. They just didn't really have an answer for him. He was just hitting everything. Liz had the beam on him for the majority of the time. You can see in the medic stats 29%, getting a lot of those heals, and was just able to do more than what Rangi was able to do with his heals. So
yeah, man.
Very, very demo man oriented game, but props to him. 400 damage on any map isn't easy. No, I certainly haven't done numbers like that. Have you done numbers like that?
Highlander, bro, easy. Pads
okay, that
stats
doesn't
forever.
count. That
Yeah,
doesn't
no.
count.
It counts. It counts.
No, Highlander you have to do at least 700 to be good.
Having
anyway,
a quick look at these med stats before we go on. I will just say, Liz, 2 drops. Come on, love. Where you at? Fran dropping 1. Liz with 2 near full charge deaths, so that counts as like 1 drop, doesn't it? So that's like 3 drops, and I was right.
Yeah, you're right, obviously.
Dude, I'm so good. Liz obviously flashing a little bit through her Ubers. You can see that in the difference between the Uber links. Fran coming through on 7 seconds and Liz on 6.4. You already mentioned on the heal stats, Demoman receiving the lion's share. We do actually see that maybe this might play in for MiloTin. Kays and Hungry got 17 and 12% heals respectively, whereas on Chicken we do see Rays and Huffy got 26 and 10% respectively.
Can I just add to that? If Hungry is only getting 12% heals,
I know,
and it's getting 31 frags, come on, come on, friend, give the man some heals.
I know, dude. It's like I just want to say, like, it seems weird in today's day and age to not be giving your scout more heals than 17%. I mean, I know you've got a heal-hungry demo man, most damage taken in the server, that's fine. But yeah, it just seems strange to me.
I think that was the kit that they were missing in this map, so hopefully we'll see them improve that side of their gameplay going forward, but then again, like, what do we know? We're here talking about the game and not playing it, so.
Yeah, man.
Do we have interviews?
Don't know if we are doing interviews. Yeah, not tonight. We're going to send everyone off to a separate stream. Not going to name names. Want to keep that one a surprise for you. So, we'll do some shout outs real quick. Do you have any, Mikcow?
Shout out to Mitch for having CappingTV. Yes, there we go. That's enough, right?
That's enough for sure. I'm gonna pop a quick shout out to Jazz's Gumbo that I expect to be getting a bowl of in the mail, and another quick shout out to the city of Warrnambool. A lovely place, good place to swing down to once the borders reopen. Just remember to support local, guys. Shop local and help out. You've been listening and watching the ozfortress Season 29 main Week 2 game. This has been between MiloTin and Chicken. This has been a very, very good game, I'm not going to lie, despite like all of the mess around
the mainness.
Yeah, I know. I didn't know how to word it properly.
Just leave it there. That's all you need.
So for anyone who's just tuned in, that is the end of the game. Thank you for coming. The maps went 1-3, both of them, both to chicken. Very well fought from Milo Tin. I'll look forward to watching both of these teams with the rest of the season coming on. So thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next one.